In my year, human traffickers were rampant. The first human trafficker I met was my dad. He sold me to a blind fortune teller. It was sold for 8 yuan 5. Since then I have become Rong's eyes. But this old man is amazing. He seems to really know fortune. Once I went to a house with him. They want to calculate the official luck of his son. The old man makes a point. Immediately figure out that the man is working in the army. And there are nobles to help. The family said that God is true. Then the old man told another secret. Said there was a nobleman in the house. Free has a mole on his chest. Anyone who has had close contact with a red mole. He made a fortune in the second half of his life. Even I understand that it is the question Q on the pithead. Anyway, the family is very happy to hear it. Respectfully took out $2. This is the equivalent of buying my legs. I was also curious how he knew. He didn't tell me the truth until years later. Usually the old man said he would not be annoying. Saying that I'm a charismatic country is no luck. And said my mother. Give me a direct network. So use the toilet as an excuse. I really want to run. But his ears are so good. Why don't you take off your pants when you go to the toilet with me? He also said that if I were to run to the capital, my dad would break my leg. To get revenge on him, I hid his crutches at night. When it comes to what the official website said, Iron Sambo. Now my wish. That should be returned to me. I reacted immediately. Give him super. At the intersection of returning to the village, I came to a group of strings. They use me. I still keep talking. I'll do it with him. Looking back stopped me. Said I was born to be scolded. I can only answer him. But the more you think about the steam, urinated. I'm going to shit this time. Confused by what I ate. As soon as he left, I lifted my pants and ran. Ran straight home. Found my sister doing laundry at the door. I feel very sad. Sell me, pay me back. Noah's third sister wants to take her to play. I got caught by my dad. And then lifted me up in front of my head and slapped me. I hate him for drawing people. I hate the unfairness of fate. But what do I do? Today, I and the old man came to a family's fortune telling. Did they say the team just did their autobiography? Are there any patients at home? 2 miraculous mothers. Because my daughter-in-law just 8 characters on the Gazette. Head shaking while listening. It is said that the 8 characters of Chen are short-lived. Then ask again. Daughter-in-law was not good-tempered. Cornette says ALs. She hanged herself because she had a fight with her mother-in-law. The old man said that your daughter-in-law still has grievances. So don't mess with you. Then take out some yellow paper. Let them manage under the threshold. Wait for the 7749 sky to come out. Just go to the southwest end. People who come to the country will be lucky. Anyway, the old man is quite vernacular. The other party was stunned. Kneeling on the ground is a kowtow. But later I heard that the old lady's illness is really good. I didn't understand it until now. The old lady's daughter-in-law got sick. She's sick. The fortune-telling is just to open her heart. When the heart is gone, the body will be fine. Sit down by the river. He turned out to be me and his grandfather. He also said that if my name is Grandpa, he taught me the book of fortune-telling. I can be perfect in the future. I don't believe this old man until he gets it. Because my mother said that only by learning can you be successful. I didn't expect it to be soft, so he came to be hard. But I'm tougher than him, I just don't accept it. That's how it went until late at night. I happened to pass by a family doing white business. I looked scared. But the people inside came out to greet us directly. He also warmly served us meals and dishes. Turns out they wanted to hear. The night watchmen were fascinated. I fell asleep after a tired day. Just then someone shouted. I was so scared that I put on my pants and ran out. I ran out all the way, then I remembered that the old man was still inside. I tried my best to go back and save him. Only then did I realize that it was just the bricks used for the coffin that collapsed. Not haunted. The old man saw me and said he wasn't afraid at all. But I can clearly see his trouser legs are wet. In fact, this old man is not a bad person. Once he was beaten by a group of people for me. I was bought by this old man when I was 8. In order to piss him off, I deliberately treated him like I always thought he was a bad guy. Until this doll laughs at me being sold. I'm actually used to it. I'm suffocated and go forward. Unexpectedly, I raised the stick and I picked them up. I follow the new. Like a pair of small groups of dolls were beaten away. But the joy of victory did not last long. Their elders are here. I got blocked. Surrounding us is a brutal beating. It took a while before we both recovered. Old-fashioned. Lead me to reason. As the saying goes, be afraid of hard. Hard afraid of death. More and more people are watching. The other party can't take us. Finally the mayor came. Let the kid who takes the lead in beating people lose money. I didn't expect the old man to throw it on the ground. The village chief said that you should show some sincerity. The man bows and apologizes. The old man took me out of the village. In this way, we depend on each other for life. Supakar Lake. Would you really be a fortune teller without him? Man is better than God. I asked how he knew. How many big boobs? He just said something. Everyone loves to hear. Are you saying that your daughter-in-law is expensive? Said his daughter-in-law was a nobleman. Daughter-in-law's status in in-law's house is higher. Even if the daughter-in-law burns, it has to be boxed. Can be seen by others. I said this is not a lie. He said that these four see everything in the world. Instead, it is. Passed by me once. I couldn't help but run over and cry. Send to activities to tuition. Paid me tuition for 1 semester. Is. I sat in the classroom and followed the text. But I always feel empty inside. Get up and run out of the classroom. Looking at the back of the head from a distance. Can't help but shouted Grandpa. This is what happened when I was 8 years old. My mom died and my dad read it.